the team PBP at weird angles that they will not be able to hit all of their CC from.
Yeah, we know Bonrin is most comfortable playing a mid that he's able to carry the game with. He likes having the game in his hands, so we'll see how this goes. Could go either way. I'm really liking this champion select from both sides, honestly. Hawk, who would you say won champion select? Just looking at it purely objectively here.
I'm not sure about objectively, but I would prefer having Team PvP's draft. Just you have a lot more sort of. It's a lot more linear, so it's a lot harder to screw up. Whereas with Team at TNS, you have to find a lot more complicated angles with the Ahri, with the Viego in order to make things work. But we'll have to see if they can do that as we get into Game 1 of today's match.
Yeah, Honey, as we move in, any quick thoughts before we start off Game 1?
Now that's a lot of damage.
Could not agree with you more there, Honey. Could not agree with you more. You know, personally, I am going to have to lean towards the side of Team Never Surrender here, only because I know that Catfish Taxi and Strife Plays have both secured their absolute top mastery champions, their mains. Catfish Taxi, it is his namesake, Tom Kinch. And so I know both of them are very excited to have this, along with Bonrin getting a mid laner with the carry potential that Ahri has. Laned up against Nullheart, who is their lowest elo player, has come a long, long way in this tournament, but that is a tough, tough matchup as Nullheart is up against probably the greatest mid laner in this tournament, and so it's gonna be quite an uphill battle there. I'm gonna have to lean towards the draft of Team Never Surrender, but only because of those facts.
So yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's more of like a nameplates off. Like nameplates off, I prefer the
I think I agree
PvP draft. But when you consider who's playing these characters, these champions, you see, and you consider that Bonrin will be a monster on this Ahri, and so will Strife on this Viego. Three of the five players on TNS have their mains secured for them here as
minions have spawned.
Going into to start the game phase.
Yeah. Quickly showing 3 mid there. We do have a deep ward. We have a deep ward on the Raptors of Strife here. Get a little bit of info on where he's going to be starting the game. Yeah, Nullheart's mission here is going to be to play very, very safe.
Yeah, definitely wants to try and not lose lane too hard. Does take a big chunk from that electrocute. Ouch. Alright. Looking at the lanes though, I feel like Ashe Seraphine should be able to get some sort of advantage down in bot side.
Yeah, Nullheart already about a quarter HP in the mid lane up against this Ahri.
Yeah, does have to be very careful here as Bondman's already hit level 2.
Also, quick invade over on the red side jungle of Strife here from Minuteman as he looks to get an early advantage over Viego here. And
yeah,
they
definitely
have no
something
idea.
you want to see.
Actually, he was on a ward there, as I was mistaken earlier. The Raptors were not warded by Peanut Butter. The red buff was. And so they did pick him up on that ward moving into that jungle, so they do have knowledge of that.
Yeah, that gives Strife the okay to go and invade the bot side of the jungle. Minuteman gonna forfeit his own Raptors.
Yeah, gonna be unaware as they did not have vision of him moving into that.
Yeah. As they Finigi and Lurchifu down here do have to be careful with this Viego splitting the map. Well, but we'll have to see. So far, not much action happening in either of the lanes.
Strife showing up on the vision of the minions there, I believe.
All right, well, Strife clearing the
man.
bot side Krugs now may look to potentially try and dive this down here, but
Yeah,
Minuteman
maybe a collapse
is in
happening
position here. Yeah, okay, they are going to see him, and they are going to actually start the fight. Strife might be in a bit of trouble here. He's using Spectral Mod to try and get out. Flag and Drag going to be used on the Catfish Taxi, but he'll use the Abyssal Dive to dive away. And Bonrin tries to move down from mid lane, but can't.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
gonna take
Dragon,
advantage
what are
of
you
this
doing
and
there,
dive on Dragon
Uses the barrier
there.
to try to get away, but that's first blood going over to Lurgy Poo. Oh no, Dragon, what are you doing over there?
Man, unfortunate to get caught right there for Team Never Surrender, as they do get something out of that. Peanut Butter able to make the first play here. All right, Strife is going to double scuttle off of this though, as Minuteman is just coming out of base.
All right, and yeah, this is what I mean by the team composition of Team PBP is a lot easier to execute for on their end. You have Strife and Catfish Taxi both looking to try and get some crazy angles to get away from the front to back of Team PBP, and then Dragon just gets caught on the side. But yeah.
All right. Off the plant there, Minuteman does have knowledge of Viego's presence.
Yeah, lane states have returned to normalcy. So far. About the 200 so far. Not much of a gold lead being gained off of that play, though.
What up, Chubbies?
As... yeah, Finergy was actually behind in terms of gold in the bot lane, so that will be good to hopefully equalize this bot lane disadvantage in terms of CS.
Yeah, take a look at the items as everybody comes back from their first buy here. Some second buy. Strife clearing towards bot side here. But
Alex going to get solo killed in the top lane by Garo. We're gonna have to get a replay on that one.
We're gonna have to get a replay on that one. All right, all right. Take a look at what happened
I'm mad
here.
about that one. One of my friends tried to message me on the League client.
Yeah, just that level 6 spike from Garu there as he jumps on Kim Jong-un, and Alex is going to fall.
Yeah,
Perfect
level up
throw time
timers. Didn't pay attention to level 6.
A little bit of an aura check here coming over from Strife Plays.
Definitely needed that solo kill in order to get ahead, as this Rumble actually almost doubled the CS of this Trundle. But we'll be able to equalize it with that solo kill. As Dragon here being started by TNS, looks like they will be able to get this uncontested. Nobody on the side of Team PvP.
Going to elect a recall there. Strife does hit 6 there.
Yep. Do need to be aware of any potential...
Yeah, Nullheart also down about 20 CS in the mid lane.
Yeah, looking pretty rough for him there, but... I mean, the goal of this mid lane is not to win, it's to survive. When you're going against Bonrun... So
yeah, on a champion.
Your goal is just not get too far behind.
And post 6 here now, it's gonna be quite the challenge. Is Ari now having ult available?
Yeah, that Spirit Rush going to be a vital cooldown in trying to get some advantages in these side lanes as this Ashe, because Nullheart, yes, you can try and solo kill him, right? But he's playing Hui. He can easily just wave clear these waves. It's not going to be very easy to try and potentially push him out. So he'll likely look to try and roam towards the side lanes to see if he can get some advantages for these potentially losing lanes in the sides. So far, no action going to happen, but that's probably going to change heading up as Rift Herald is spawning in 20. We will likely see some sort of fight happening then, as Bonrin going to move up to secure mid prio for this Rift Herald. Nullheart going to see him on the ward. Just going
Oh,
to...
Alex, unaware that Viego is there. Gonna move up
Spectral
and
Maw
gonna
comes down
pay
onto the
for it.
Rumble. There goes the pillar onto him as well. That is the dead Rumble. Goodbye, Kim Jong-un.
My goodness. And
Garo
Viego.
going to pick that kill up again as now Team TNS looking to secure this Rift Herald off of that. As, yeah, no, Kim Jong-un, he thought he checked the brush, the pixel brush with that Rumble E, but just I think he either missed or was out of range, and then Strife just capitalizing on that so well.
Trade of flashes in the mid lane there. Snowheart does survive that attempt from Bondren.
Yeah, Bondren's still looking for this though. Does still have the Spirit Rush, won't elect to use it though.
Yeah, Void Grub going over to red team there. Never surrender.
Yeah, Minuteman looking to try and steal away this Viego's jungle. We'll be able to deny some camps from it, but I don't think Strife minds too much. You know, that Rift Herald will probably get more value down the line.
Looks like Bondren will
As
get
we
a plate
see-
here.
Yeah. We see, actually, Strife and Bondren heading back towards the top side. Gimjong might just be ganked here once again, and out comes the pillar. Here comes the slow from the Trundle. He does use the Subjugate onto the Rumble, forces him to flash away, and big cooldown being used from this Rumble. Will still survive the gank, though. Not unfortunately. Well, I mean, unfortunately for the side of Team TNS. Yeah, not too much happening there. I expected this Rumble to get further ahead than this. He does still have a 30 CS advantage, but Garo managing to play this out quite well. Yes, he's down about 30 CS, but I mean, I think he's completely fine with being down a little. When this
Cosmic.
Rumble and
Cosmic, most everybody is anywhere between bronze or unranked and emerald. I think Bondren may have climbed a little bit beyond emerald at this point. Maybe check and remind me what Bondren's rank is.
all right, well, so far, not much is going to happen on the
Bondren is Masters.
Bondren
now.
is
There we go.
Masters?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's back down to Diamond now, isn't he?
I see. Right. Well, Minuteman might be in a bit of trouble here. Strife going to land the Spectral Maw into the Charm, and yep, that is a dead Jarvan.
Yeah, no heart. Just
Minuteman.
recalling there. Not able to rotate down and help him either. I don't know if it would have made much of a difference, though.
I don't think it would have, Lawhorn, as this should be the second dragon
Oh,
going over
Finergy
to
and Lurch
TNS.
now in a tough spot here as Ari and Strife are moving in here.
Yeah,
moving in
not
for
sure what
play.
they're doing here, though. Finergy, maybe in a bit of trouble. Strife, now looking to land the Spectral Maw onto Finergy, will flash away from it, but... Yeah, that's a big cooldown being used on the Seraphine.
Yeah, another dragon.
Now the dragon's being
they're
started
probably
up.
going to be forced to give here. I don't believe the Jarvan can make it there in time.
No, I don't think they will, as Catfish Taxi looking to get a fight here onto Finergy, as he still has his Ashe there to back him up, as Dragon going to look to back away as well. As are they going to look for the fight here? I think they will. Catfish Taxi looking to try and land the Abyssal Dive, but won't manage to get it. Minuteman looking to try and chase here, as he does use a Flag and Drag towards Catfish Taxi. Ace in the Hole going to be used to disengage, though, as Team TNS just taking the Dragon and leaving.
Ooh, Alex, Kim Jong-un in a tough spot up here in the top lane, trying to hold off Garu.
Yeah. Yeah, now that this with this Trundle hitting these levels and towards the stages of the game, can just heal up most of this Rumble damage off without too much of an issue. As oh wait, hold on a minute, does have to use the Frozen Domain to try and escape. Does still survive. But yeah, no, that's but yeah, no, Garo almost I almost caster cursed him there, but we'll still survive. As he will greet for this, he will take this wave before he recalls.
Yeah, I think that Peanut Butter Penetrator is going to have to look to get out of the laning phase as soon as possible here, as this could quickly go south between Strife ganks and Garu kind of dominating and bullying up here in the top lane.
Yeah. I'm more impressed that Nullheart hasn't died just yet.
Absolutely. Nullheart,
Like,
so far, doing exactly what he needs to do, and that's just hold
Oh,
on.
I might regret eating my words here. Spectral Maw going to be used on the Minuteman as he's forced to use the Flag and Drag to escape. Nullheart in a bit of a predicament here, but does still manage to get out. Bomber gets stunned up by the Tway as Enchanted Crystal Arrow just going to fly right past.
Yeah, if Rumble can rotate down here, it will be a 4v4 a bit.
Yeah,
they're going to
Garo
have to look for
might
a
be in a
good
bit of
fight
a-
here.
Trying to look to just run at the side of Team PvP, but knows he can't do that. The Seraphine is there with the Encore in case he runs up too far. As not much going to be happening right now, but this does give Bonrin the opportunity to push out this mid wave and get even further ahead than he already was. Now about. What is that? 1.2k gold ahead of this way in terms of gold, and that's not without even getting any kills. This Ahri is extremely strong right now. Something's wrong with those. We are starting to go from head towards the winter here down in Australia as Finergy going to get caught by Dragon here, but not going to fight him. Just going to poke him out a bit with using the 90 caliber net.
All right, Bonrin moving into the bot lane here with his ult up. Maybe look to make a play on Lurch and Finergy here.
Yeah,
Or
this Ashe.
they may just be
this
going
Ashe
and
doesn't
look
have
early
the
to swap.
cleanse. I think it's just going to be that. Yeah, they're going to move the Caitlyn towards the mid lane.
Or the golden princess
Abyssal
here.
Dive, trying to catch Nullheart out, but we'll just fear him away.
What's going on,
Strife,
Aperoid? How you
meanwhile-
doing?
Strike meanwhile looking to clear this to get this Rift Herald up for his team. We'll be able to secure this, as there will be no contest from the side of Team PvP. As Minuteman potentially looking to try and get something here. Enchanted Crystal Arrow going to miss onto Dragon, as he will have to flash away from it. Spectral Maw going to be used on Minuteman on the other side.
Minuteman just
to flash away from the Abyssal
doing
Dive.
a little bit of
Does
investigative
use
work,
The Heartbreaker in order to get the kill on the Minuteman, but they might be in a bad spot here. Here comes out onto Cabbage Taxi, but I don't think that's the guy you want to use on. Ombre comes out as well, and down goes the Equalizer Strife, looking to get the reset. We'll get another reset onto Lurchiku there, as Nullheart now in a lot of trouble. Will go down as
man.
well, and there goes Finergy. Down he goes as well. Strife getting up a triple kill off of that, and we'll look to secure this mid-tier one as well. And as I was, Team TNS finding some beautiful angles here to fight
Absolutely.
this team, to fight against this team composition from the side of PvP.
Yeah, and this is how PBP cannot afford to fight. They're going to have to be able to play front to back. They're not going to be able to play random fights in the jungle like that. They're going to have to be able to play better angles.
Well, Catfish Taxi going to get caught out here as he tried to use the Abyssal Dive to dive away, but he's just going to get picked off by Minuteman. Bit of a blunder there from the support, but overall, still a very positive play from the side of TNS. Dragon spawning in 3 now, as are they going to look to take it? They do have 2 dragons already. Strife caught on vision here, Lurchiku looking to potentially catch up Bonrin here, as we'll get charmed up.
Bonrin forced a flash.
Flash away though. Gimjong now on the other side of the Dragon Pit. They will have to concede this, unfortunately. But meanwhile, on the top side, Garo managed to secure that top tier 1. I think that I don't think you're too upset with this turn of events. Yes, Bonrin does burn flash, and yes, you concede the Dragon. But overall, you're still getting this both of these top turrets for this. I think Garo should get this.
Yeah, it's an expensive
there
dragon
we
there.
go. Yeah, overall,
Team Never
though,
Surrender
you're not too
probably
upset
just
about that.
fine with that, yeah.
Team TNS just splitting the map, just perfectly here, as this Trundle, who I said before was looking pretty rough in terms of the CS department, is actually still a big threat for the team, is actually ahead of this Rumble by about 1,000 gold. Just from the objective bounty, or just from the, not objective bounties, from the turrets. As, yeah, Strife now looking to potentially try get another pick onto Lurchipu here. Won't manage it, though, as, everyone's just kind of farming. As Minuteman, looking to dive onto this Caitlyn, does use the 90 caliber net to dive away from the Cataclysm. As here comes Strife, looking to dive onto Lurchipu. Captain Taxi uses the dive to go in. As
the AD carry immediately going down there.
Though, as Minuteman trying to get the kill back, he will be able to secure the... sorry, Gimjong will be the one that secures that kill.
Yes, and Gimjong Rumble able to get that shutdown there. Probably going to be advantageous for them, as Alex does like to carry these games.
Yeah, they definitely need more gold onto this Rumble to potentially get them out of this game. This is probably the most amount of... He's probably the primary damage dealer on this team. Considering how far behind the Viego is, considering the even lane state of this Caitlyn, of the Caitlyn Ashe lane. Rumble probably is probably the one who's going to be doing the most damage, especially with that Equalizer, paired with the Cataclysm and Encore. But Bonrin, though, yeah, TNS are probably one of the best teams at playing around the side lanes of in our tournament so far. I don't believe that any of the other teams...
Energy be able to sweep here and maybe clear out some of this vision that Team Never Surrender is able to get in their jungle. Able to clear a little bit of it. Like to see him also get a little bit of vision down here. There we go. Try to get vision control back in their jungle.
Especially with this Baron spawning in about 14 seconds. Without any vision throughout this jungle, you don't know if they're going to go for this Baron or not. As Lawhorn does have to be a bit careful here. Bonrin still a very lethal threat for the side of Team TNS. Currently 3-0. As we look towards the gold lead, it's actually about a 4K gold lead on the side of Team TNS, mostly on this Ahri, and a little bit on this Viego as well. Let's go and crit or on hit. Well, he's gone Kraken Phantom PD, so I assume that he's going crit.
Oh, Nohar gonna make it out there before the collapse. Got 3 man outside of Peanut Butter here, moving into the bot lane. Viego maybe caught off guard here.
Or maybe this is just what he wants, as... They don't see him. There. Oh, no, they see him in the bush now. Enchanted Pistolero going to be used on this Viego. That's going to be the Encore to pair it up. They're going to see Cataclysm as well. Strife forced to run away. I think he'll be able to escape, though. Catfish Taxi uses the additional pistol dive to buy some space and flash away. As meanwhile, Dragon fails the 90 caliber net over the wall. But overall, Strife, who was kind of mispositioned there, does still manage to get away.
Catches a lot of CC there, locked down in a lot of ways, but still able to escape.
Yeah, they used 3 ultimates for that and still didn't manage to get the kill.
Yeah.
And now with this Dragon spawning in 30 seconds, those are some big cooldowns that have been used before this Dragon spawn. This Bonrin looking to try and catch out Lurchipu. Won't manage to find it, though, as we'll have to just use the Spirit Rush to dash away.
A lot of ultimates down now for this Dragon spawning in 15 seconds. We'll see if it comes into play and how it all shakes out.
Yeah. Especially since Bonrin went for the Ludens and not the Malignants on this Ahri. That Spirit Rush is going to be on cooldown, presumably until after the end of this team fight. As the Dragon going to spawn here now, as Catfish Taxi going to use the Abyssal Dive to go in.
Right, Rumble teleporting in, but so is Trundle.
Yep. Here comes both the top
5v5 here.
Looking to flag and drag himself away. Nohart uses the flash to get away, but here comes the pillar. It's just blocking the ball from trying to get away, as there goes the Equalizer on the Catfish Taxi, but he's perfectly fine with tanking this up as Garo tried to look to get himself into this team competition, but even without the wave, it's still a very dangerous death ball for the side of PBP. As Minuteman going to flash the Dragon in, force the flash away from Garo, as Catfish Taxi going to use the Abyssal Dive, going to buy some more space. Bonrin not landing any of these charms just yet, but these traps from the Caitlyn going to buy some space as well. As Allergic Poo, you have to be careful here. You're very low on health. As Minuteman,
oh no, Minuteman going to look for the engage.
Over there. Your team's all the way over there. As now comes the
little
Abyssal
too
Dive.
far,
Strike's going to get the reset
far.
on Allergic Poo. As Quadrant going to flash away to get himself out of the range of this rumble. Down goes the second kill for Strife, and it's just going to be a wipe.
Man.
There goes the
And I've got to tell you, when Viego jumps on these champions, they are disappearing before our eyes. We don't even know where they went. They're gone. I blinked. It's just Viego now.
Honestly, though, I feel like there was a bit of miscommunication there. Minuteman just kind of diving onto the rest of the team.
Pressing his go button, but his go button only took him to certain death.
Yeah, especially considering that his rumble was looking back towards the flank angle instead. And from there, the team fight just kind of disintegrated. So much for me saying that this team composition would be simpler to play yet.
About an 8K gold lead now in favor of Team Never Surrender here. 14-3, 5 turrets to 0, 3 dragons to 1. It's going from bad to worse. They're going to have to make an amazing play here to get back into this game.
I mean, considering the tools they have at their disposal, it is possible, but you need everybody to kind of stand in the same place. And I don't think that they're going to be doing that, considering you have the Ahri and the Viego looking to get picks on the side, as Minuteman looking to get a pick on himself onto Catfish Taxi, as the Pillar going to cancel.
There is a dangerous Viego back here, not on vision, ready to collapse on their team, waiting for his team, being patient here.
Charged up. No, it's not. He's not going to go for it. Did you see that Pillar just canceling the Abyssal Dive of his own support? Oh my. There's miscommunication there, but it's all good.
Or maybe it was perfect
TNS.
communication.
Alright, well, TNS looking to secure some secure vision and some space around this Baron pit. As meanwhile, Dragon just going to get shut down and punished by the side of Lurky Poo. I think he got hit by an Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Yeah. And that might be a big pick for, but here, oh no, they're face checking! Finergy going to use the Encore, but it's not going to land onto anyone. Cataclysm comes down, but there's no rumble here to back up the rest of the team. Lurgy Poo going to get caught by Stripe on the backside, and now it's Alex who's alone on the side of Team PBP. Will get hit by the Spectral Mob, will get comboed by the Abyssal Dive, will be taken down, and Team PBP, what started with a good pick onto the Caitlyn, just falls apart as the team tries to face check into that bush there.
Yeah, Vision wins games, Crowd Control wins games, and Strife on Viego wins games.
Yeah, Strife just perfectly punishing the Seraphine for just trying to go into that dragon, or trying to face track towards that line bush. Oh man, Team PvP just making a couple of crucial mistakes towards this mid to late game. As that will be Baron being picked up for the side of Team TNS. A 9K gold lead now for them. This Viego now 3 items. It's Ahri having 8 Ninja stacks, as well as 3 items. This Caitlyn about to finish a 3rd as well. As yeah, Team TNS are looking to make a statement here in game 1. Well, alright.
Oh, Bonner with the cheesy little play here onto the Finergy, man.
Yeah, it does catch out Finergy again. The
amount of face checking that Team Peanut Butter Penetrator is having to do here is not good for their health. Not good for their health at all.
I mean, but the problem is that Finergy can't really. It kind of has to face check here. There's not really anybody on this team who can actually tank a full combo from this Ahri and this Viego as well, as now they're looking to siege up the mid lane. Gimjong going to look to try and zone them away with his missiles, but they're still going to evaporate this tower, as there's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow being used on the Stripe. Does have to use the Heartbreaker to get away, uses the Devour to get himself away as well. Minuteman forced to flash away. Catfish Taxi now buying some space for the rest of the team, but Garo is pushing them towards the side lane here. Will be able to escape, and Team TNS getting a little bit caught there, but it's fine at the end. They do have to use that Devour right before the Dragon Soul spawns.
Yeah, 20 seconds until this Mountain Drake comes up.
Yeah, can potentially look to try and take this one away. I'm just gonna move these.
Yeah, and you know that Finergy here wanting to get vision for his team. There we go. That Ashy is going to make a big difference. Now able to move in, establish a little bit of vision control. Maybe contest this dragon, but
yeah, Strife is already here though. They're here to set up vision for this Dragon Soul. They're gonna lure it out. They're gonna force Team PBP to come to them. As meanwhile, well, while that's going on, Garo is split pushing. There's no winning scenario here for the side of Team PBP. As they're now looking to stall out this dragon as well. As Strife going to look to try and keep aggro onto this Mountain Soul. They need to steal this away. Minuteman going to use the flag for vision. Will not be able to get in. He tries to go in to get the steal, but he doesn't manage it. Does use the Cataclysm, but I think he's just
he
dead.
had to try. We know he had to try, as a Mountain Soul
something.
going over here is not ideal, but
yeah, that is a Mountain Soul, and it will take a colossal effort from the side of Team PBP to win this game. I think Team TNS have this one in the bag right now.
it's going to take a miracle. We'll see how it shakes out here in the end.
Yeah, at this point, if I'm Team PBP, I'm looking towards game 2 and wondering why the fuck did we not ban the being? I should not swear. Whoops, my bad.
That's okay.
That's the second time I've sworn on cast again. Whoops, my bad. But as I was saying, if I'm Team PBP, I'm wondering why did we decide to let Strife and Viego?
Yeah. Strife showing why Viego's been a perma-ban.
Yeah, Strife just executing Finergy down in the bot side, but actually will get shut down here.
Shutdown going. Listen, if you want the shutdown to go on to anybody, you want it to go on to Lurch or Rumble.
Yeah, honestly, a very good pickup from the side of Team PBP. But meanwhile, in the top lane, Garo is just going to take that inhibitor. Yeah. This Trundle does not care about laning phase. He does not care about how much CS down he is. He does not care about team fights. He is just going to live in the side lane, and you either deal with him or lose the game.
Minuteman discovering his blue is gone to the Trundle. That's a hungry troll, and plates aren't satisfying.
Hungry troll. Garo now level 17, this Trundle is a massive problem that they don't even recognize half of the time, because he's off in Narnia taking inhibitors, killing minions, and pushing towards the Team PBP's Nexus while they're off trying to fight off the rest of the team. And yeah. And I will say, a big weakness from Team PBP's draft here is that they don't really have great side lane pressure. They want the Rumble in these team fights to pair with the Jarvan and Seraphine. Obviously, Hui can't do much of the side laning, especially against this Ahri. There is no good side lane answers, as we can see Team PBP not taking a single tower yet, actually. But not much they can do about this now.
Yeah, I wonder what the conversation was there as they, before the game, decided whether or not they were going to ban Viego in that first round of bans. Maybe they thought they had an answer for it, but so far they have not.
Or, I mean, more likely they could have just forgotten. They banned away the Orianna. They banned away, what was it, the Mel. Right? And you can assume that because they banned them first, they thought, these are the champions that are the biggest problem. And then it's Ahri and Viego that are the problems right now, and you can only ban one of them. As Team TNS, going to start this Baron, it's not even going to be contested, it's just going to be a free Baron for the side of Team TNS. As Finity going to dodge the Abyssal Dive, but still though, Team TNS just looking to push down the side lane and hopefully end the game, as Garo now pushing out the bot lane, and yeah, this Trundle does not care! This Trundle does not care about the rest of the team. He does not care what happens towards the end of the map. He sees a tower and says, "That's not allowed on my Summoner's Rift." As Team TNS pushing down that mid lane inhibitor, Garo pushing down that bot lane tier 3 inhibitor turret. Excuse me.
Here comes the final stand.
Yeah, they're looking to push down these Nexus turrets, looking to push their way towards a Game 1 victory here. These cannon minions doing some insane damage to these Nexus towers. There goes one of them, as Team PBP need to try and make something happen. They have all their ultimates up. Bonran going to use the Spirit Rush to try and go in. That's a double encore being landed onto the side of Team TNS and bot lane, but I don't think they care. Stripe goes in, doesn't manage to get the pick onto Seraphine, as he will go down, but Minuteman goes down in the meantime, and so will the Nexus, as Team TNS taking a decisive Game 1 victory.
Oh man, 11 turrets to 0, 4 dragons to 1, 23 kills to 7. A dominating performance from Team Never Surrender there in Game 1. And man, you have to wonder what's going through the mind of Peanut Butter Penetrators as they watched that Viego dominate their backline time and time